to meet you,
I'm
man.
taking off flying this stuff, man. How you doing?
Good, man. With my gray beard.
Hey, it's all good, man. You trying to like rock out that lumberjack kind of thing, or what's
No, I don't know. I think I was just trying to look a little older because when I shave it, I look like I'm five.
going? That's it,
Yo, so
brother.
I wanted to ask you, what's your ethnicity?
Actually Hispanic, man. I
Which
look
which
like
which type of Hispanic?
just straight up Mexican, man. Like straight
Mexican.
up
All right.
yeah,
It's super interesting to me when I start talking to people who are Hispanic
yeah.
and trying to figure out where they're from.
And you
What part
never
of
know,
Mexico?
man. Well, like me originally, I'm from Texas, right?
Okay.
But my family's from Tamaulipas,
Okay.
Reynosa, around that little border area.
So
Now,
where in Texas are you from?
I'm from a little small city called Bryan. Well, Bryan College Station, but I say Bryan, but they're like little twin cities, right?
I wanted to know who your early influences were. Like when you were before you really, obviously before Instagram, but before I would say you actually started professionally doing
Ooh,
art.
man. And it's so many, but I gotta go deep to the root. And I was thinking about this, man. You know, you kind of ignore or you kind of unconsciously like know you don't know the people that really helped you out. And I have to say that it was actually my brothers because at the time they were drawing, and again they were drawing like little Mortal Kombat stuff and
Yeah.
like little lowriders. I don't know why lowrider, yeah, but
Oh, I know
lowrider
a
magazine,
lowrider.
yeah,
You're in that
yeah,
part of
man,
the world where lowriders are prevalent, man.
exactly, man. And dude, I would see them draw every time, and that really like seeing them really inspired me to do it. And on top of that, my dad used to play the guitar, so seeing all that like creativity and just that drive from them, I was just on it, man. But again, like through that whole gap in my life, it was real sporadic. You know, there were times where a year where I wouldn't draw anything, and then I would get inspired by artist A, and I would start drawing again. But at the time, and it was mostly like lowrider magazine artists, man, because I was like really into that stuff.
Yeah.
And but then like recently, Kim Jong Gi, Eliza,
Lisa
um,
and I were just talking about Kim Jong Gi, and
yeah, dude,
that
and
kind of
like
brings me into like I'm sorry, we're
no,
going
no,
off on
dude,
another
no,
segment,
it's not,
but
no, it's good.
that dude has to have a photographic memory, man. It's like it's insane. Is that
Repetition,
the way you draw? Do you draw like
yeah,
boom and then go like this, or
yeah.
so you don't
No,
do
not
any
like that.
sketching?
No, no,
Okay,
not like that. So what I do, because everybody has a different way. Everybody want to copy that, man, but it's really hard. You got to draw literally every day, every minute, even when you're pooping. You got to draw something.
right.
What I do, man, I do my little swirls, right? And I first have an idea of what I want to do, right?
Yeah,
I have a like a little notepad with a quick 2 minute scribble, and then I kind of go off, and if a line like hits another line in a particular way that creates like an illusion of a woman looking like this, right? Then I'm like, okay, well now I found my pose. Boom, I'm gonna go off from there, and then it just like floods, from that point on, and it's like it becomes more of a subconscious because it's like you've done it so many times, but it's really important, man. Like for Kim Jong Gi, for example, all that visual library that he accumulated throughout the years, man, it takes time, man. Like literally, you learn so much by drawing from life.
how did that happen with you? Like, when did you
Um,
start taking it seriously?
Dude, I think I started taking it serious when I was 22, man. Because during school and during high school, like even when I was working at the grocery stores at HEB, man. I don't know if you know HEB. Dude, I was like drawing when I was cashiering. I was drawing in my free time. I was like,
Yeah,
waiting for people to come in. But I mean, at the time I used to use art as a way to like for social things. Like if
right.
my friends they'd be like, hey man, hey, can you draw me like a little lowrider, with a little
Oh
third
yeah,
third tire going up. I'm like, all right, cool. I want to be cool like you.
yeah,
And then like I spent 20 hours for like a $5 drawing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, but from there, dude, I think after I graduated from Texas A&M, there was a point where you feel lost. Like I was still at the grocery store, and it was cool, dude. I loved it, man, because it was cool communicating with people, and it taught me how to be really humble and just like, regardless of where you start, man, like you gotta take advantage of it and just take the best out of it.
yeah.
But then, when I think, yeah, again, 22. I came across concept art, and I started taking it a little serious. There was one artist that really helped me out because he was posting videos online. It was like Feng Zhu, so I was just like constantly looking at his tutorials. And I learned from watching his videos, and of course, watching other, you know, tutorials from other artists. And dude, it's just like a slow progression. Because when I went to school, I learned a lot from my teachers, but it was more technical and it was more like animation based, and it wasn't. They didn't have a specific concept art route, right? I know it was a path that I wanted to take, and regardless, man, I know I was scared. At the time, again, I was working at HEB, and I went to.
So
I went to
what's HEB?
HEB is it's a grocery store in Texas, and I think
Oh,
it's like
okay,
in
okay.
Texas, right? And so I was working in stores. I don't mean to talk too much about that, but it's actually I think it's a real key moment, you know.
Right.
So when I went from the stores to corporate, I think mentally it made me believe that you could do more, right? It is so weird because you don't really need something like that to tell you need like you could do more than that, right? But it's
Right.
funny how when you're from a smaller city, you have a tendency to kind of isolate yourself and box yourself up, dude.
Yeah.
And here's a prime example, man. And like nobody knows, but only my wife, right? So you get some good shit right here.
Yeah, nice.
Joking. So I had a interview at when I was in A&M with EA, right? And my dumb ass thought a technical artist was like, oh, like an artist that was taking do some technical stuff. So I went in there thinking, okay, cool, it's gonna be art related. Nah, dude, I brought my portfolio in, and it was like an actual programming. Like, so a technical artist is between
Oh,
programming and art, right? So it's
right.
like a bridge. And I was like, well, the whole interview was like a bomb. And I told them, okay, well, at least can you like critique my work, right? And they looked at it and they were quiet, man. And they told me, okay, what I recommend doing is either A, looking for a different path, or B, like working every day, like until you get to a certain level and you start comparing the great artists and your work. Is there like a big difference? No? Or if there is, then okay, go back to the drawing board.
Right.
Dude, I was choking up, right? I said, okay, okay, okay. I had my wife or girlfriend at the time. She picked me up, and dude, I broke down. Man, I was literally crying, dude. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
I don't know what I want to do. The top dog was telling me this. Oh shit! And but I think that was the greatest moment too because it built grit, And I said, hell, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Right.
But I actually thank them so much for doing that because now I look back and I'm like, thank you so much. Like, if I see you right here, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. What's up?
Nice.
Yeah.
So in the tattoo world, you obviously have a couple tattoo artists. I think I noticed you communicating with Dave Koenig a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
And
heck yeah, man, dude.
yeah, I'd like to
All
know
right,
what other artists you like, what other artists do you follow on on Instagram that are tattoo artists?
man. Besides you guys, man, like I follow a lot of artists, man. But when it comes to names, dude, like
Ah,
se me va, man. Like I don't remember names. You know what I mean? But I swear, if you show me like like a piece of their work, I could like instantly
for
recognize it. You know
sure.
what I mean? But the reason why I recognize Dave's is because I think he did a couple of shirts for Curbside, right? I think.
Curbside, yeah,
Yeah,
curbside
dude.
clothing.
That's and I don't want to like shout him out or anything like that. But I love the I love the shirt line, man.
Well, you
But
know what, and if there's anybody to shout out, Dave is one of the people you should, because Dave is such a good guy, man. He
yeah,
deserves all the attention he gets, and he puts in a ton of hard work, and
yeah.
it's he. You know, the only thing that pisses me off about him is the fact that he's too fucking nice. It's
Ah,
like I'm
dude.
like, Dave, man. Every time I hang out, I mean, I'm like every time I hang out with you, I feel like a fucking asshole, because he's like, oh, everything's beautiful and everything's great. And
Believe it or not, I actually did a few tattoos, right? When I
yeah,
was in the beginning, and it was tough, man. And luckily, it was three of my friends, or actually one being my uncle. My uncle was like, "Dale, mijo, come on, okay, it's okay, right?" I was like, "All right, dude." I remember the first time, dude. I had everything set up, man, and my hand was like, just like kind of going back and forth. So I was like, I had to take a breather, man. Dude, that's why I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave that to you guys, and never again. But I'm afraid that it'll come back, man.
oh, dude. Well,
But
you get over it just like anything else. It's
yeah,
like,
man.
I would be nervous doing concept art, like for a motion picture that's gonna like be seen by the world, and then also
Yeah,
having, the good thing about the tattoo world is for the most part, most of the people we're tattooing, we know more about art than they do.
Yeah,
Whereas, like
yeah,
in your situation, you're working with art directors, I assume, right?
yeah,
And they know about art on some sort of level, so they're
yep,
constantly critiquing your shit and being like, "Yeah, this sucks," or
yeah.
whatever.
Well, see, that's the difference though between you and your palette, right? And I'm gonna call it the not the palette, but your canvas, right?
Yeah,
Or your person. That's a one-way street. But and the cool thing about our concept art is that it funnels down to so many different things. So you could say, oh, that concept artist sucked. But did you see the previous versions that he created before? It might have been better. Like who knows?
right.
It's
Yeah.
the art director that actually decided that path.
Yeah.
How many great concept artists are out there that are, doing, there's people that are less qualified, in my opinion, that are
Yeah.
actually creating art for cartoons versus the people who
Mhm.
can draw 10 times better than them.
Yeah, man. It's all connections, man. It is all connections, and this
Yeah.
is pretty much how I got my job, man. Because when I actually I didn't apply for the job that I currently have, and I'm currently a concept artist at Method EXP / Method Studios together. Um, and at the time, dude, if I look at my work when I first got hired, dude, it wasn't that good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a
How long
friend of
have you been
mine,
there?
I've been there about 2.5 years, about to be
Okay.
three.
Yeah.
And
Is
dude, I've
that
grown.
Deluxe Entertainment? Is that the same?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, that's like the umbrella, and then all the other companies that bought them. Um, but at the time, dude, I was that's pretty much when I quit HEB, and I was kind of doing freelance for 6 months or 6 7 months, and a friend of mine randomly hit me up. Hey Gary, man, like we got a concept art position. My art director's looking for somebody. Send me your stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So I said something, man. That night he hit me up. Okay, we're gonna give you an interview tomorrow. And just dude, like I'm moving from Houston because I moved to Houston at the time to LA. I'm like, dude, I'm not used to that. That's too much change. Right?
Yeah.
I'm a country boy, man. I'm not used to change, brother. I'm used to going to Circle K, get a little soda pop, and I'm good to go. And dude, and my wife, she was all crying, like, I don't know if I want to move over there. Oh my God,
Oh my
right?
goodness. So you're working for Deluxe Entertainment. You're doing concept art. So can you kind of explain to me, like, what is your day to day? Like, what type of stuff do you do? They say, hey, we need a doorknob, and you just start drawing doorknobs?
Yeah. Well, no, well, it all depends on the project, of course, right? Some projects, they let's say the art director says, okay, we need a particular character that looks like this, that has this. Maybe, his character trait is villain, whatever, right? This is like the rudimentary, right? And then you start. But what I end up doing is pretty much collecting as much reference as possible because a lot of people really do look down on reference. I don't know fucking why,
Yeah.
but so I collect all this database, all this visual stimuli, and then I just kind of start doing iterations, like sketch iterations, and then from there I show, okay, is this fitting, the character shape? I don't know if you want to get more water, but
No, no, no. Sorry.
no, that's cool. So the character trait, the shape language, you want it to look like this or whatever. And dude, it's like a loop. It's so many loopholes going everywhere, right? And there's some times where they ask for environment because I'm more of a general concept art compared to a specialist where they do only characters, where they do only whatever environments,
Yeah.
right? But my personal, I like doing characters. Like I
Yeah.
love character shit. But at work, I do all kinds, man. Vehicles, whatever, like you name it. And I
That's
love it because
awesome.
it gives me a headache, man. I'm like, I'm not good with vehicles. Well, now you
Builds
are gonna be.
that visual vocabulary, right?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. It's insane.
That's
So that's
awesome.
pretty much it, like the gist of it, man. And then going
So
back
you
and
go.
forth.
So you go to work and you get in, and let's say there's a new assignment. The art director is an art director, right? Is that how it works?
Art
A
director, creative director. Yes,
creative
creative
director.
director. Yeah,
So
yeah,
he says, I need a tank. So you start pulling up reference for all these tanks, and
yeah.
then you start drawing. So do you draw that over the next week, or do you draw that over the?
That's quick. Nah, it's some quick turnarounds. That's the
Oh,
difference. Where I work, man, it's like full speed ahead, man. Like if we're doing a pitch, right? Because I work with a creative director for pitches, and I work with the producer for the actual project that the clients. We work with the clients and what they
right.
want, right?
Yeah.
But when I work with the creative director, it's like quick stuff. Like, hey Gary, man, I need some literally within the next 2 days. Like, I need like these scenes, what I'm trying to explain to the client so that we could sell this pitch, right? And then that's one half of my job, and then the other half is when I'm doing client work. And if the client's like looking for a particular design for a character or like a mood for a scene, like if we're doing a commercial, right, and that's for the Method Studio side, uh, give us some color keys for this. How is the light gonna hit in this, this scene? We're gonna give you a 3D model, right? We're gonna give you like a shot of the scene, 3D model, plane, and
Wow.
then I start doing stuff right there, pop, 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 and it's some quick ass stuff, man. Like
Right.
at first, I thought it'll take a week, right, for people. But what I like about this whole quick turnaround, it made me fast. Like
Right.
it's like the fight or flight kind of thing. You better fucking stay late or try to get this stuff done. But now I don't have to stay late. Like I'm quick,
Yeah.
and all you need to do is essentially communicate the design. That's it. I mean, it doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to look all
Right.
It could be literally like a friggin' it could be crappy, but as long as it's like, okay, the artist is like, okay, I like what you did, man. It's pretty much giving cookie crumbs to the next person so that it could be creative as well and maybe make it better.
Right.
You could do some quick, man, like quick turnarounds by putting splashes of colors, right? And then from there, you go to the next chapter to refining that stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to make something look pretty and then the art director comes in and like, I don't like that. And you
Right.
just spent like freaking 4 hours or 8. God damn, okay. I
Right.
don't know. Maybe one day it's going to be a quick turnaround where they need 4 concepts fully fleshed in a week,
Ooh.
And I'm like, all right, that's cool. I mean, it's doable. I mean,
Right.
if you really get off your phone and just really focus,
Right.
dude, you could get so much done, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it varies.
That's crazy,
That's a
man.
hard question, man.
And so let me ask you this: out of all the concepts that you do, we'll just say throughout a month, what percentage of them do you think you're like, man, I love these. I love the drawings that I'm doing.
Mostly, I gotta say all of them, man. Because
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, because I mean, each character or each design, I put a little bit of myself in, and then I
Right.
kind of like once I'm done, bye, bye, Felicia, and you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get attached to these things, man. But I have to feel that little giddy, like that little butterfly when I make it.
Yes.
And if I don't get that butterfly feeling, it's dead. I'm
So
like,
this mark making thing that you got going on, do you do that in your concept art, or is that solely on your personal work?
personal, dude. That's all personal because I like to. That's my baby.
Yeah.
That's my stuff. You know what I mean? And like I do it at work sometimes, and it feels good to bring it in a little bit. But that work and that whole idea of work and personal stuff,
Yeah.
I don't want personal stuff to be work. You know what I mean? I want it to be have fun. It's like my
Right.
kid playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So heck yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I love that, man. So what inspired you to start doing those types of marks? Was there art? Was there an artist out there that you were like, oh man, that's inspiring. I want to start taking that further.
But I had to say it was a combination of a lot of artists like Claire Windley. That's one of them.
Okay,
Um,
what's the name? Claire.
Claire Wendling, Wendling, I think. Her.
Okay.
Again, Kim Jong-ji with his like characters and everything.
Yeah.
Eliza, Evan Edmondson. Do I'm messing up everybody's name?
Yeah.
It's like the list goes on, man.
You
I
got like
also like
James Jean. You mess with him at all?
James Jean. Yeah, dude, he's freaking cool, man.
Yeah, he's
And
great.
something about their mark making that I kind of infused all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I took it in, but then I kind of put all those artistic inspirations to the side and just really played it with my clay. I just focused on myself. And then through that whole process, that exploration phase, that's when I really noticed, oh, I like this mark right here. Oh,
Yeah.
I like this. And then I'm like, what if I do this? What if that? You know what I mean? And dude, it just started building. And if you look at what I currently have compared to the bottom of my Instagram,
Yeah.
there's a clear difference. Like, dude,
That's
where I
awesome.
started, dude, and I keep those up because I really want people to see that it's a journey, man.
Right. It's
And that's a
everything is you're just adding a
yeah,
little piece to the pie every
yep,
drawing, and then when you look back a year, you're like, holy crap, I got something totally different.
yeah. Yeah, that's so motivating. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
just constantly evolving, man. There's no style. I grow so much as an artist out here, man. It's not because of the actual culture. I
Yeah.
think it's because I was away from everybody, and it was only me and my wife. And yeah, I have friends, but I mean, we're not that close. You know what I mean? So when you're away from everything, you have a tendency to focus on yourself, man. It's such a weird thing, and you don't need to move anywhere, dude. You just gotta watch out with the people that you hang out with, and really focus on your time, like really invest in yourself. You know, I don't know if you ever had that same moment where you were like so busy with your craft that your friends were trying to hit you up, hey man, let's go get a drink, man, la 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 la, and nah, you're like, I gotta no, man, I gotta draw, right? And then
It's all
like,
day, every day for me, man.
it's crazy.
My
It's
girlfriend, like, I've kind of gotten her addicted to working now because that's all we do. It's like
yeah, yeah.
we wake up, get some coffee and breakfast, and then come over to the shop. And her and I work. Last night we were here till 2:30 in the morning, and then
Damn.
we just wake up the next day and do it again, man. I mean, from what I read about you, you have a Bachelor of Science degree
Yeah, yeah.
at
Uh-huh.
at A&M.
Bachelor's of
So,
Science.
or is it A&M? What is it?
No,
University of Texas. What?
yeah, Texas. No, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
A&M.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
the Bachelor of Science degree, that is that an art degree?
it was a bachelor's in science and visualization, right? So it's the Viz Lab, right?
Okay.
That department is more known for the actual master's program. Um, but yeah, so that program that I was in, it was the undergrad, I can't even talk, the undergrad program, and there was like three tracks: gaming, programming, and like the art, the animation, kind of like the Pixar-y kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I was like an in between, because at the time, the department currently right now it's I'm pretty sure they sharpened up, right? But at the time when I jumped in, it was more like a guinea pig kind of experimental,
Yeah.
which we learned a lot, man. Like, dude, there was classes where I had to take programming, and dude, I was like throwing kids at a pool of sharks. I didn't know how to,
Yeah.
man. But what I learned about that, it's like, been going there, like it taught me how to network with people, right? And it taught me how to learn things that are out of my field, right? To really, you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it got you a little more well-rounded, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Concept art sounds super fun and everything, but it's definitely not as fun as it seems. Where you're coming up with these great drawings, and you think they're amazing. The art director's like, meh, make it simpler
Uh,
or make it more goofy or whatever. And then you've got these amazing drawings that, as far as I know, you can't show anybody
mm-hmm.
because it's the property of,
NDA or yeah,
yeah, or the NDA or whatever. You might be able
yeah,
to show them later in like a concept art book or something like that,
yeah.
but and then that's like 20 years later. You're probably bored of that drawing by that point, you know?
Dude, yeah, it's funny that you say that, man, because there's some times where, like, they say, "Hey, can you concept a doorknob?" I'm like, I don't want to draw a damn doorknob.
A
You know what I mean?
circle and a
It's
rectangle.
exactly. It's an example, man. Like, I'm being serious. Like, everybody thinks, "Oh, you're gonna do some cool characters or draw this or whatever." Man, no, you're gonna have a variation of different things. You
Right.
might draw a freaking dolphin with like a robot suit. Cool, right?
Yeah.
But
So
then at the
cool.
next, you're gonna do a chair. I'm like, a
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah. It
I'm
is. I
like,
mean, yeah. And then
yeah.
on top of that, like, a lot of times you're in the back. Like, you're the dude behind the curtain because nobody really knows that you even did those drawings because you
Yeah.
can't promote that you did those drawings. And
Yeah.
then they're not promoting that you did those drawings. It's up on like the
Uh,
what
the credits, right?
the
Credits.
credits, yeah. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
who the fuck reads those?
Exactly.
That's
No.
it's definitely one of those jobs where I feel like you guys don't get the credit you deserve, and
Yeah.
and of course on top of that, you're not exactly getting to put your best foot forward all the
Yeah.
time.
And sometimes you don't get a credit, man. It's weird. Like, if you have to go through certain loopholes or not loopholes, but you just like you have to work on a project a certain time
Yeah.
to have your credit on it. And I mean, dude, it's like so far I haven't got my name on the credit. I mean, I'm more game based because the EXP part is like virtual reality and AR and stuff like that.
What projects have you worked on that I might know of or the audience might know of?
I know I briefly worked on Ghost in the Shell. That's one of the movies,
Ah,
but it was like, dude, it was literally like a 2 day thing. They were like, hey, we need a concept artist. Hey, come over here. Bloop. I
over.
just
Yeah,
dropped in. I was like, yeah,
that's awesome.
and that's why. And then so your name doesn't pop in. But a lot of the
So what did
like
you
my
draw on there? Was there anything you
it
drew
was
on there?
it was the last scene. When the guy is like controlling the big robot, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we had to do like an example of the VFX because the company that I work is a VFX company, right? So we're pretty much one VFX company among other VFX companies that work on one video, on one movie, right? So we had a different clip. What I tell everybody is that, okay, wherever job you go to, either it's an entertainment industry, it could be freaking whatever, you're gonna hit a plateau, and you're gonna feel unhappy, right? Because you get that little high in the beginning, but that's when you got to do things for yourself, man. Like you really have to invest in yourself. Whether you like going fishing, right? You want to be a professional fisher, well, fucking go fishing in the weekend or whatever. You got to have that balance, man. Like, cause like even when I was at HB, I went home and I did my thing. I drew and I focused on myself because what's the point of living if you're not investing in yourself, man?
Right.
Shit. I feel like when people are doing something for themselves, they don't do it as hard. Like they don't go all in. Like
Right.
it's so weird, dude. Like you have to like. There's some times where I say I'm doing this for you, my wife, right? I'm like I'm doing
Right.
this for you, right? Whatever. But I see that I put more effort when I'm doing that than when I'm doing it for myself. It's so freaking weird, man.
It is.
Like something
Yeah.
with the psyches.
You're coming to the Richmond Tattoo and Arts Festival,
Yeah.
and you're going to do the live art for charity
Hmm.
part, which I'm super
Yeah,
excited to see what
dude.
the hell you come up with,
I'm
man.
super nervous. So
Dude, don't be nervous, man. You're going to kill it. I'm really excited to see what you come up with. And you
Nice,
typically
man.
don't work that big either, right?
Nah, man, and
Yeah.
that's one of the things, you know. And I'm it's good to kind of push myself in a different world, you know. So let's see what happens, man. It might be cool. You never know.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be cool. I think you're gonna kill it. I have no doubt you're gonna kill it, man. I think
I
that
appreciate that, man.
artistically speaking, once you get to a certain point and you can put darks here and lights here and movement here and that, whatever you come up with is going to be amazing. So I'm
Nice,
super
man.
excited to see what.
Well, I
what you come up
appreciate
with.
that positive vibe, brother.
Yeah, man. So you don't have any idea what you're going to do?
Design wise,
Yeah,
nah, man. And
you're just
I'm
going to
thinking about doing
freestyle it.
stuff. Yeah, just freestyle, brother.
Love it. That's
Let
good.
the subconscious mind take control, man. Who knows? I might pop something, you know,
I think it's
crazy.
great, man. Now I want to get over to the Richmond Tattoo and Arts Academy. So you're going to be teaching there with 5 other artists. Do you know? Are you familiar with? You're familiar with Dave Koenig. You're
Yeah,
familiar with
yeah.
Eliza. Are you familiar
Yeah.
with the other 3?
I saw a couple of other ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not like personally like familiar with them. I
Yeah.
saw some of the work and it's really dope, man. So I'm looking forward to meeting with a lot of like all these artists, man. So
Awesome.
learn
There's
from
going to
them.
be a ton there, man. So
That's
it's
yeah.
going to be
I,
fun. I was interested in knowing, like, do you have an idea what you're going to be talking about at the uh, Richmond Tattoo and Arts Academy?
yeah, I kind of do have an idea, man. Like there's all right. So I mean, I don't want to teach anybody how to draw, right? That's
Right.
first of all. I mean, that's on your own kind of thing, right? And there's so many information online. But what I want to do is really the kind of mindset that you have, like the mindset that you need, pretty much the bare bone of how to really survive as a creative, you know, like, and also finding ways to create your own style, your own voice, because a lot of people have a tendency by copying other artists, they're gonna slowly get their voice. I mean, their style. But there's other ways and figuring ways like your own style, and I really want to talk about that, and also just my mark making skills, how I approach those things, how I break down certain objects, or how I combine things. You know what I mean?
Hey,
My,
thanks so much for everything, dude. It's super. I'm super stoked to meet you and hear everything you have to say, and
thanks, man.
I'm super excited to see what you produce
Yeah,
at the Richmond Tattoo and Arts Festival this year. And then I'm also super interested in hearing what you have to say at the Richmond Tattoo and Arts Academy.
yeah.
It's
I
gonna be
appreciate that,
fun.
man.
This is the first time I've thrown this, so I'm trying to like make sure there's a nice flow to it.
Yeah,
But I don't know how certain things gonna work and all that. So, and as
that's
far as
cool,
like
man.
you're doing PowerPoint or a keynote or
Uh, PowerPoint, man. I mean, is there
okay.
like what do you recommend, man?
I personally use Keynote, but I have a Mac, so it just makes
I
sense.
have a Mac too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
so Keynote I believe comes with the Mac.
okay, cool,
I'm
cool.
not
I'll check
totally
it out.
sure, but yeah, Keynote's like it took me like I put one presentation together. By the end of that, I knew how to use it. It was super simple.
All right, cool,
But
man.
if you
I
need
use
any
it.
help with that, man, shoot me a text. I'll help you out with
Sounds
anything.
good, brother. Sounds good, man. Again, dude, thank you so much for reaching out, man. It means a lot, man, for real.
For sure, bud. All right, man. Have a good rest of your day. And
Take
tell your
care,
wife
brother.
I'm sorry I took up all your time.
No, dude, it's all good. Too many shopping. Too many shopping right now, so
All right,
yeah.
bud. See ya.
Take care, brother. Later,
Later,
man.
man.
Bye bye. Hi, everybody. My name is Gary Villarreal. Come join me this year at Richmond Tattoos and Arts Academy on October 1st in Richmond, Virginia.